If I do sound really weird, that's because I have a lollipop in my mouth. Pretty good. It's a blow pop. Those are pretty good. So, uh, your interview, we are going to be talking about essentially what's going on about. Oh, hold on, I need to grab all this. But what essentially happened at E3 and all that stuff. Personally, I think everybody just did a good job. I think a lot of people had had more compassion for the show essentially. Like overall, this was a good E3. There were some flops though. Some people had it, some people didn't. Some people decided to see if they could ride on that. Hold on. God, I love that. Some people thought they could ride on some really old franchises. Beyond Good and Evil 2. Essentially, okay, let me just start going through everything essentially. So, let me start with Ubisoft because I think they were EA. They were the first ones, right? It was EA. Let me see if I can get him. Got him. So EA's press conference was alright. I heard FIFA's doing a campaign. Madden is doing a campaign, and I don't know if NBA Live is doing one too. But essentially, well, you know what I'm excited for if I'm playing Wolfenstein gameplay, if anything. So, but I'm not really all for the sports games. You know, I kind of find this a little weird that if you're not a FIFA player and you want to play the game for the story, you're gonna have to play the last one. As far as I know, you have to play the last one in order to get the full experience, which in my opinion is not really all that cool. I just think it's a big waste of time to go back and buy 16. No, to go back and buy 17. Then you have to spend $60 on 18 when you could just be playing 18, essentially. Alright, I gotta finish this thing. Hold on. Give me a second. I probably should have done this before I started the stream. Pretty good. It's cherry. So essentially, it's around 8 o'clock where I'm at right now. So I think that the campaigns are a good idea, but I don't think bridging it from a previous game, as FIFA's doing, is a good idea. Essentially, I think that what they should do, they'll probably do like another player or something like that. But this guy, whatever his name is probably going to be the figurehead for a good bit. And then they're going to find a new guy, essentially. Kind of cool that Ronaldo, I think it's Ronaldo that's doing all the movements and all that stuff. I'm not sure. I messed up. But anyway, after that, we did get our Star Wars Battlefront 2 gameplay. Oh wait, we also got a title that was like a prison. It was like a prison title or something like that. You like you like there are two guys that escape prison and all that stuff, and you have to play co-op. It's meant to be played locally co-op, like couch co-op. You're supposed to get a friend or somebody like that, and actually play the game with somebody. And I think that's freaking sweet, if anything. Like that they're doing that because the game looks awesome. It looks like a heavily story. Maybe the guys who made Brothers: A Tale of Two, something like that. The Brothers game. I completely forgot what the game was called. But essentially, I think that it's going to be a pretty good experience, hopefully. Hard to stealth and do this. Let me back up. I'm probably gonna stop. I'm gonna talk a minute while they're still talking. So essentially, what I think about this game is that I think it's gonna be pretty good. I'm waiting on it. No Need for Speed. Wasn't too excited. I know they waited like a year after Most Wanted. I believe it was Most Wanted. I think it was a year after Most Wanted. That's pretty good. Yep, they know where I'm at now. Okay, that's good. Just a year after Most Wanted. Yeah, I hate dogs.
This air.
Or dogs.
The bog by the Johnson's farm back home. Smell of dead plants and wet wood.
God. Anyway, or at least zombie mutilated. I don't know, German Shepherds. So anyway, I think that's a good one. And then we got our daily fix of Star Wars Battlefront 2, and I think that this is going to be a good game. I think that they fixed their problem. Like, they realized that players will not have their they won't take like what was given to them the first time around. Because I did play the first one, and I got bored of it like real quick. So the fact that we're getting all arrows and all this stuff, I did a talk about it. The fact that we're getting all arrows and such, and a Theed. We got some gameplay with Theed. They brought out a bunch of YouTubers, and they essentially said, like, we're gonna show you some gameplay and all this stuff. They did about one match, but it was still really cool. I think so. So they did that, and they only show one match. They showed a trailer, which was like awesome, by the way. It was probably like it was like an old reminiscence of like the old movies and no, the prequels and all that stuff. Not the first one, probably like the one with Geonosis, which is the second one, and the third one, I would say. I don't know. I would hope that they put Mustafar on there, but we'll just have to see. So essentially, that's gonna happen. I think that this is a marvelous idea, what they're doing, and finally deciding not to edge it, because essentially what they said at first is they said that they were gonna do the Force Awakens era next, and I don't think that's a good idea. I just don't think it is. And hopefully, like, I hope for the John Boyega, he voiced our opinions essentially. Oh, hit him in the leg, but he still died. John Boyega essentially voiced our opinions and all that stuff and what we thought about the game. He said, wait, what about the campaign? Why is there no campaign? What's up with the shallow content? I think that's good that he could, oh my god, that he considered that, and he considered the fan base and how little the content was in this game. And if you wanted more content, woohoo, you gotta buy it. That hit him in the middle part, but still killed him. And I feel like that $60 pass was just not a good idea. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking about it because I do have a full video talking about the whole thing. Essentially, I thought the gameplay was good. I love the class system. I love the way the heroes work now. They work on a whole point system and all that stuff. They're not random lucky pickups and all that stuff. I like the heroes. I like the way everybody plays and all that stuff. Darth Maul looks amazing. Stuff like that. We didn't get any Yoda gameplay, unfortunately. But other than that, that's probably gonna be one of my biggest buys this year, if anything. So I'm excited about that. Really am. Oh, damn it! And then, okay, let's go on to what was next? I think it was Xbox's, yeah, it was Xbox's press conference, which was all right. I mean, I'm not an Xbox fan, but I do give them props. They are coming out with a better system. and you know, it's got it's got all the little bells and whistles, you know, got that 4K and all that stuff. But I feel like that's what they only announced. That's what they only said. You know, they made their big announcement. The console's gonna be $500. That's that's kind of like a turnoff for me. $500. The PS4 Pro is 400, and I'm playing this on a PS4 Pro, and this game looks great. And this is like a 3-year-old game. This game essentially looks amazing still. So they got a bunch of indie games. They're gonna get. Oh my god, I can't believe you didn't hear that. Their Xbox is going to get PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which is an awesome game. I haven't got the honor of playing it, but I've heard it's an awesome. But I've heard it's an awesome title that everybody enjoys it and all that stuff. What else? What else? What else? They announced a bunch of indie games. Since they have Ubisoft has not exclusivity, but like they're kind of partnered with Xbox on a front, which is the Assassin's Creed game. So they showed that. Um, Obviously they said the 4K thing and the 60 frames per second because that apparently is a big selling point to them. I just feel like graphics are like the pinnacle of gaming. Like at this point, you know, games look good, and like I think that's honestly a staple. Like that's a must. Every game must look good if it's going to be released and all that stuff. And don't get me wrong, that's not a bad thing, but like kind of is when like that's your only selling point, you know? I mean, there was a lot of indie games and all that stuff, and a lot of things were announced, and a lot of titles that would come to PS4 too, like the Metro game, and Assassin's Creed is obviously going to come to PS4. But it doesn't really want me to go out to say like, you know what? Maybe I should try an Xbox. You know, something like that. It doesn't really make me want to say that. Oh my god. Not what I wanted to happen, but okay. It doesn't really make me want to go out and say spend $500 on a new Xbox and all that stuff just so I can play the console exclusives, which I wanted to, which I do want to, but I'm probably going to buy like one of the earlier consoles if anything, because I feel like just buying all the bells and whistles for $500 just at a starting point is just not worth it for me, if anything, because I'm already gonna be paying double the amount of subscription, so well, that'll be probably coming more down the road. Damn, I'm good at this. So essentially, there's that, and they overall did an alright job, you know, unveiling their console and all that stuff. Oh. You know, maybe they could have done a little better with the games and all that stuff. You know, I feel like nothing really popped out at me and all that stuff. The Metro game, I'm excited for the Metro game because I did play Metro Redux and all that stuff. I decided to play Metro really late. I didn't play it on the PS3 and the Xbox 360, but I did decide to play it on the PS4, and I have to say it blew me away with the remaster and all that stuff. So I am excited for that. I will play that. I don't know about Assassin's Creed though. I don't know about Assassin's Creed. Why? Is because it it looks like Breath of the Wild. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like Breath of the Wild, and I know they're trying to copy the whole mechanic of it and all that stuff, and I think that it's fine. But like, don't make like it was painfully obvious what they were trying to achieve with with Assassin's Creed Origins. You know, that's up. I have the hiccups now. Give me a second. I think it was painfully obvious, essentially, that they were just like, it doesn't look like a copy paste. It more looks like we did it first. We're like, they're trying to say like, oh, we came up with the thing ourselves, and that's unique to us, and all that stuff. And they're not playing this this thing they did. Oh, I found a secret area. They're not playing the whole BS where like it's just the same thing, you know. Can I get out of here? So there's that. Might not pick it up. Might. We'll see. Is there an assassin up there? I don't. I hit him. I'm excited. Let's see, what's next? What's next? I didn't get to watch fully Sony's conference, but I did watch the highlights of it. And we'll get to that in a minute. Ubisoft's press conference, so, wow, what do I say about that? Oh Lord. I would have to say that they kept their dancing numbers to a minimum. At least. They did keep their dancing numbers to a minimum. It's dabbing panda. What else? Oh, that's awesome. Far Cry 5 did not get as much gameplay as I thought I would. That's okay though. Hold on, let me battle these guys real quick. Did I get them all? Oh. I like to fire. Like this. Oh, hi there. I didn't even see you. Yeah, he had that coming. Okay, so what was I saying? Ubisoft. Oh, damn it. I think I got him. What else is out there? I think I got them all. So, they came out with Miyamoto coming in and all that stuff because they did give Ubisoft access to work on a Mario game, which is with their own twist, which is the Mario Rabbids game. I'm not too excited about this one, if anything. It looks like a good concept. It looks like XCOM, if anything. I'll play an XCOM game. I'll play an XCOM game, but like, I just need to see a little bit more of it. It looks like the mechanics are simplified for more casual audiences, and that's okay because it is a Nintendo Switch and such. I mean, it is a Nintendo console and all that stuff. Got my little Switch right here. I just have to see more gameplay. I know Miyamoto and his broken English and the creative director of the game, like him and his broken English too, so it just kind of didn't really work all that well. They tried. I mean, overall, I just need to see more gameplay with this. Let's see, what was, we got a little more. Let me give it a second. We overall got a little more Assassin's Creed. We did not get as much Far Cry. I think I said that. We did not get as much Far Cry gameplay as I wanted. Damn it. Can I just... Yeah, we did not get as much Far Cry gameplay as I wanted. We did get some cool new weapons, the ability for you to kind of ghost recon yourself and command your allies to like attack this and attack that, which is pretty good. Or you can go up on that sniper position and all that. I thought that was pretty cool. What else? I can't remember much from the Ubisoft press conference. Mm, we're getting the Crew. We're getting another Crew game. I guess that's alright. I never played the first one. They're adding more and more vehicles to it and all this stuff. The ability for you to use planes and boats and all this stuff and race all that. I think Bikes was DLC, as far as I know, or Bikes was like a separate game. We're getting Steep DLC, which was like alright. Wasn't too excited about that. Oh, there he goes. Let's shoot that. That is exactly what I had to shoot. Go. Oh, okay. You can't. Oh, okay. So essentially, I think that. Oh wait, they're like overall they're doing another VR title. I think VR is not at the point yet where they can they're trying to tell a story, but I think well I should save that statement for like Bethesda essentially. So overall, I think Ubisoft was all right. You know, Assassin's Creed and Far Cry was obviously their biggest selling point, and for Switch games and all that stuff, you're gonna get your hands on Mario Rabbids in a few months and all that stuff, which is really close, surprisingly. They said this game was in development for about 3 years now, so that was pretty. So I guess that's pretty cool. What else? What else? That's pretty much it for the Ubisoft. Yeah. What's next? I think Bethesda's press conference is next. I think that's. So what did I think about their conference? Um, paid mods, I think. I'm not sure what they're trying to do here. They didn't explain it as much. I didn't watch a video to say like explain it, but overall I was kind of confused. Like watching that, it left me really confused on what they were trying to do. And essentially what I'm looking at, what I think they're essentially doing is they are they're taking content from modders and they're being uploaded into like some sort of Ubisoft developer chain, Ubisoft, Bethesda, Bethesda modding chain and all that stuff. Like they're handling it and they're gonna make it um base content essentially. I think like you're gonna be able to download it because honestly with the PS4 mods like they're really limited if anything. Like the only thing you can get is maybe like a graphics boost and all that stuff, or like things will look prettier and such in Skyrim. I've taken a look at it, and there's not much for the PS4. And I think if they were able to do this and make some mods their own and such, and just look at hey, this mod's really popular that we can bring this to we can bring this to the PS4 and all that stuff, and it'll technically count as source content. I think that would probably be a good thing. But I'm not sure because it was very, very lightly explained on what these mods are. Everybody's looking at them as paid mods, and I really hope that's not the case. If anything, I saw the Bethesda points and all that stuff. I just really hope like it's not paid mods. Anything else? Dishonored 2 DLC. I did not finish Dishonored. I didn't. Um, it it was too floaty. The controls were too floaty. I don't know if you saw my Prey gameplay, but like I played that a little bit, and the controls just. I think Prey was also made by Arcane Studios, which also made Dishonored. Like the controls are just very, very floaty, and it's too much for me. There's just too much. Skyrim on Switch, we're getting that. I think somewhere in October. They said fall, but I want to say it's October, or maybe September. Maybe around the time the game actually came out or anything. I don't know not the game came out, but the special edition, which we have on our new consoles now. That's what we call them, new gen or current gen. So I think it's cool. I mean, the game looks like it runs really well. You use your amiibo support on it and all that stuff, and you get the Breath of the Wild, Link's hero tunic and all that stuff. I think that's really cool. What else? What else? Mm, Evil Within 2. I never played the first one. I haven't played the first one. I got a glimpse of it. It never really interested me. I heard the DLC was pretty interesting though, that you played as different people and all that stuff, and like the story kind of came together, like kind of fit like cogs in like a giant wheel essentially. and like it was able to tell the story better from different points and all that stuff. So I think that's pretty good. I'm probably not gonna pick it up, but I will pick up the Terror Billy edition for Wolfenstein, which is I am playing Wolfenstein: The Old Blood right now. So let me go ahead and do this. So this game, I did not know there was a sequel because spoiler alert. You know what? I shouldn't spoil it. Because if you haven't played it, I recommend you do go play it because it is a really good game. If anything. Come on, die. Ah, I don't know how to kill this dude. So I think that Wolfenstein really stole the show in Bethesda's conference. I think that they're taking a more silly approach to it as opposed to serious. Like it doesn't look as serious as the first one, if anything. It looks like they're kind of taking a lay back to it. You know, Blazkowicz is killing and all that stuff, but he's doing it, you know, to make sure his son has a better future while everybody else is doing psychedelic drugs and all that stuff. There's a bunch of very charismatic characters in this game, and I'm excited to just play it and enjoy the ride because that's essentially what we're here for when playing a Wolfenstein game. So I think they did steal the show. Let's throw all these grenades. Can I get him? Oh. Wait, he explodes. Yeah, he does explode. Ah, I got him. That's not. He's nothing. Oh! Man, that's what I love about this game. They just explode. There's just chunks everywhere and all that stuff. Such a great game. I am excited about the action figures and all that stuff. The Terror Billy action figure in particular, where like it's BJ Blazkowicz, but essentially the Nazis are calling him a bad guy and all that stuff. And you get that with the collector's edition, which is about $100 right now. So if you're a big Wolfenstein fan, I suggest that you pick that up because that thing looks amazing. What else? What else? What else? What else? VR. VR is apparently a big thing with Bethesda. They're developing a whole bunch of games, and I hope it succeeds. I know the PSVR is going to be getting 2 titles prior to the PSVR, which is I believe it's Doom VR, and we're also getting Skyrim VR, which I don't know how they're gonna bring that to us. Go ahead and kill these guys. I think I got him. But like, if they can pull this off, I'm gonna be majorly impressed. No, wrong weapon. Ah, oh, damn it! He was behind me. But I think I'm essentially gonna be majorly impressed if they can pull this off and the game just looks as good as like they do on the trailers. But I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure that gameplay was probably capped on the HTC Vive or the Oculus or something like that because they do have a higher resolution and such. Which I do need to get an HTC Vive because I really want to play Rick and Morty. I would have to say that's it. You know, they're also getting Fallout VR 2, which is most likely going to be a Vive exclusive. Not too excited about that one if it's just going to be the full game. Doom looks like its own experience. I'm not sure about Skyrim. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go. I'm pretty sure Fallout is like the same thing, but it's just in VR. It's just in VR essentially. So I'd say Bethesda did it alright. If anything, I'd probably give it a C plus, if anything. Wolfenstein kind of carried the show as long as they were trying to do Evil Within and all this stuff, and Dishonored's new thing, and the paid mods was kind of a flop, if anything. But we don't know it's paid mods. Everybody's just kind of assuming that. So I'm just gonna just gonna wait. We have mods on all console mod support on all consoles and all that stuff. So we'll just see how that goes from then on out. What was next? So I believe the Sony press conference was next, as far as I know. And I'm not. I like to I like to be open-minded with all the press conferences and all that stuff. Even though I think Xbox's press conference just wasn't as strong as like any of the other um press conferences. Well, he's probably neck and neck with Ubisoft if anything. I think that PlayStation's um I think that PlayStation's conference did a pretty good job with what they were trying to say and all that stuff. Essentially, they were just like, "Oh, we're doing a bunch of remasters and all that stuff. We're gonna bring things to you." They won't. The only thing is they're not coming out anytime soon. If anything, we are getting we are getting a new Monster Hunter game. We got some new Spider-Man gameplay, which looks great. I think this Spider-Man game looks great. It's a big refresher from what I want to say Harmonix. I think Harmonix Studio, something like that. I forgot what their name was, but whatever Activision was having them crank out, I think that this is good that we're getting a fresh game from Insomniac, the creators of Ratchet and the great recent Ratchet and Clank game, which was the one based off the movie. But I don't recommend you go see the movie. I recommend you just play the game because the game was just great. I think that this is probably one of the biggest shiners here. I I don't remember what else was there too. I think I did not get a chance to watch the Days Gone trailer, but I heard like everybody's still excited for that one and scavenging and riding the bike and such. Mm, what else? God of War. People are kind of mad at that one for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's a good game. I think it sets up for story and such. A new fresh story, new fresh combat and such. The axe looks pretty interesting using it in your long range combat as well as short range and being able to do the brutalizing kills up close over Kratos' shoulder instead of that fixed camera position they always had and such. I think people are mad essentially that because that he essentially has a son to carry around and all that stuff. But come on, like you think that they're going for a Last of Us approach, but then if I think they're doing anything but essentially. What else? What else? Mm, World War Two. World War Two looked really interesting to me. If anything, I kind of stopped on the Call of Duty games. I did like Black Ops 3. I did like that they did their new DLC, which was not new essentially. It was just bringing a bunch of remastered maps that they have been working on for a while finally to the Black Ops 3 community. I think that was good. Um, I did not like Infinite Warfare. I liked the campaign for Modern Warfare Remastered. I did not like that multiplayer either. I just think it was too much. Like I just think there was just too much going on and all that stuff, and like too much to impress. And now the fact that they're monetizing the hell out of Modern Warfare Remastered is like, I think that like Activision Infinity Ward is just gone at this point. Sledgehammer though is essentially bringing it to us at the right pace. But is it too late? That's the thing. It seems like everybody's on board with the whole World War II thing, and I think that's a good idea. But we'll just see. The multiplayer looks solid. The campaign looks solid. I'm excited to see like what they can do with this campaign because they haven't really released much of it over outside of the announcement trailer. But other than that, like if multiplayer looks that solid, I think the campaign will. Just saying. What else? What else? I can't remember much from that conference outside of the World War II gameplay. You got Spider-Man. I can't remember much else, if anything. I remember the Spider-Man gameplay being a big highlight of it. I'm looking real quick because I just want to make sure before I move on. Because actually, if anything, I forgot to talk about how Ubisoft tried to have a huge saving grace, and that was essentially Beyond Good and Evil 2, which I never played Beyond Good and Evil 2, but let's face it, they're just trying to get hype from people who played that game like years and years ago and all that stuff. And I just essentially think, no, I don't see it anywhere. I think that might have been it. So essentially, I just think that they were just trying to have their own saving grace and all that stuff, and essentially say, you know, we we're listening to you. We're gonna play this game. Like you can play this game because like we made it happen and all that stuff. Same thing like same thing with another game that actually was announced in the Nintendo conference. Oh, I also forgot to talk about South Park. Dang, I'm missing a lot of them. So I'm completely excited about the new South Park game. That game is going to be amazing. That game, I'm already set for it. I'm waiting. I pre-ordered it. I'm ready for the new South Park game. I am excited for this game. The jokes look funny. I love the strip club gameplay they did with it and all that stuff. I think this game is going to be great. Um, funny jokes, funny funny humor, potty humor, and all that stuff. The strip, the lap dance scene was freaking incredible. I can't wait to see like I'm just probably gonna watch a video of it of how they censor this in different countries because I know in the last game they actually had to censor this um for I think New Zealand and Australia and other parts of countries and all that stuff. So I think it's just gonna be good. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with that. Let's see. I Marvel vs. Capcom, it's a fighter. I'm not really too excited about it. I don't think we need any Marvel vs. Capcom. I feel like they're trying to bring their old Street Fighter fan base back and all that stuff because I hear the game is going to be a little bit slower in combat and all that stuff and I think they're just trying to, this is all like from what I see and I'm looking at is like they're bringing in all like the Marvel hotshots from the cinematic universe and all that stuff. What else? What else? No, I can't see anything other than the PS4 that was worth talking about. No, I guess I guess we're just gonna go on to Nintendo. Odyssey looks amazing. I I think Odyssey looks amazing. The fact that you can control and leech off of different enemies and all that stuff and become different enemies, this game is gonna be great. I think that I don't know how long this game has been in development, but this game looks like it has a lot of potential to be like one of the biggest like games of this year. Like as in Nintendo and all that stuff because the hardware this thing is pushing, this thing is so small that yeah, this thing packs a punch in hardware, if anything. Like like the games it can play is probably amazing. The fact that it can play Breath of the Wild and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure it's got something to do with draw distance and all that stuff. But the way these games play are amazing. And the fact that I could take them anywhere on the go, play Mario Kart wherever I want. If I have Chris just sitting here and all that stuff, and like we're waiting, say somewhere, um, say we're waiting like to watch a movie or something like that. We're waiting in line. I have a Nintendo Switch right here, so we could just play some dual action Mario Kart while we're waiting in line and all that stuff, or we're waiting for a game. Things like that. In this situation, I can use for that, and I think that the fact that they're bringing such a big game and such a cool atmosphere to the Switch is such a beautiful idea. I think that this is probably going to be one of the best ones. What else did they announce? Not too excited for that Pinkman DS game. They're still trying to make the DS relevant because they are announcing a new 2DS with the same hardware and such, but you just can't use 3D, and I think it's got a little bit like a $50 price drop. Not too excited for it. They are doing a Metroid game trying to make Samus relevant again. Um, it's not it's not what I'm about to talk about right now. No, it's a DS game, and essentially, I don't know what kind. I think it might be a side scroller or something like that. Um, at least they're, at least Samus is not forgotten. If anything, Federation Force. Um, I feel like if they brought her back and such, in a huge way that like they could essentially just make her relevant again, essentially. Not too excited about this one, but I am excited about Metroid Prime 4, which is only the title screen and now in development. But boy, did that make a lot of people just all over their TV screens and phones. Like everybody's excited for this game at point because they're all, as far as I knew, back on the GameCube days and all that stuff, a lot of people liked Metroid Prime Echoes 2. That was probably like one of their biggest ones. Metroid Prime 3, Metroid Prime Echoes 3 was probably one of their weakest ones, but I think 4 on this game, on this console, I think that's gonna be a pretty big selling point. We're probably not gonna get it for a few years, essentially. This is probably like Nintendo saving grace and all that stuff. We're still relevant. Hey, look, we're making that Metroid game you guys so wanted for years and years and years. We just wanted to put it on this console. That they're trying to pull that crap. Essentially what they did with Beyond Good and Evil 2 with Ubisoft. So not too. I mean, I'm excited for it, but I feel like they were just trying to make their something themselves, like put themselves out there. Like hey, we're making this game, love us essentially. So I'm not gonna give them a pass about that, but I'm just gonna say good job that you finally got it out there. I think it might be a little too late for that, but we'll just see what the fan base thinks about it. As in, like when we get a gameplay trailer and not saying like it's now in development and all that stuff, and that they're gonna do something, some clunky some clunky gameplay mechanic like they did with the first one, where like you could only move straight and all that such, like kind of like a Sonic game, something like that. What else? What else? I think that might be it. If anything, I don't remember. I don't remember much from that conference other than Mario Odyssey. We are getting a Fire Emblem game, as far as I know. We are getting two Fire Emblem games. We're getting Team Ninja's Fire Emblem Heroes, which is essentially the people who made Hyrule Warriors. No, Fire Emblem Heroes or Warriors, something like that. It's the same people who made the Warriors games and all that stuff, and the same people who made Hyrule Warriors and all that stuff. Which I wouldn't be surprised if they made a remaster of Hyrule Warriors. I would totally buy that. Um, Not too excited. Probably play it. I do love the Warriors games. I do not like Fire Emblem all that much though. I did not. I tried to play Birthright. I tried, but I just couldn't stick to it. I just couldn't. Like it just got too difficult for me. It's for the hardcore. It's really that's one of those strategy games like it's just really for the hardcore if anything. Like I thought I could, but I tried. Other than that, I would have to rate them B plus. Overall, Xbox C, PlayStation B, Ubisoft C plus. Um, EA, I would have to give that a B minus. Um, I feel like overall it was a good conference. Everybody, nothing really, nothing really blew me away over and all in all. I mean, Sony, their Spider-Man game kind of just gave me that oomph, I guess. I did like that. Wolfenstein, I'm really excited for that. Battlefront, I'm really excited. World War II, I'm probably gonna pick that one up. South Park, The Fractured Butthole, that's gonna be a good one. I think that everybody cared about like a lot of the developers cared about what they were announcing and how they were announcing it and such and stuff. There were not too many there were not too many skits and all that stuff that people tried to do and they were really cringy, and I'm glad they did that. I'm glad they did it. I'm glad even Sega played it safe and didn't do something like that. So overall, I think that just it was a good E3 this year. Um, I really don't have much final thoughts on it. There were a few games that were announced. I didn't get a chance to look at the PC conference. I did see that we are going to get Undertale on PS4. I thought that was really interesting. Um, the people who made who made like a Fallout New Vegas mod are going to be developing. Just announced that they're making a new mod on Fallout 4, which just completely changes the atmosphere. It's kind of like a big it's kind of like a big expansion pack essentially, like a new world and all that stuff. Kind of somewhere around like Far Harbor and Nuka World and such, which I think is a cool idea. All in all, I'd have to say just it's pretty good. So that's pretty much my thoughts on it. Thank you for watching and all that stuff. Um, and yeah, see you guys later.